Peacemaker Season 2 trailer just dropped, and there's some things we have to talk about it. One thing it does is probably explaining how Peacemaker gets into the DCU.
Excuse me? You were talking about your butt and stuff? And also you said that I suck?
Peacemaker Season 2 trailer is finally out. August 21 is when it comes out. Noticing the logo is definitely a little bit different from the first one. And it has a lot of different things in here that are really exciting. Especially if you're excited for the Superman movie. Right off the bat, Peacemaker and Adebayo are at Crank Toys, straight from Batman's Rogue Gallery. But what's interesting about this scene is that it kind of reminds me of like Deadpool in Deadpool Wolverine, where he's trying to get into the Avengers. Well, he's trying to get into the Justice League. And we get our first look at Sean Gunn as Maxwell Lord, which we know he's also going to be in Superman. So this is a cool thing. I didn't even see this coming. Like, I was like, whoa, they're showing them already. Like, you think this is being one of those surprises at the end of the series. We get to see Isabella Marquette back as Hawkgirl, or she will be back as Hawkgirl once you see the Superman movie, but we're seeing her now. Yeah. And of course, Guy Gardner is there. Hey, maybe Superman will actually show up in the Peacemaker Season 2. Yeah, he's not in the trailer, but the characters from the Superman movie are in this. And hey, it could happen. And by the way, this is a really cute picture of him talking to his dog. It's great to see that connectivity here. Right? Peacemaker with the DCU? But how could that be? How could that be? Yeah, we do get snippets of all the different characters that are back, and they're having their own little arcs and issues here. They're referring to themselves as the 11th Street Kids, which is a reference to the song by Hanoi Rocks. And yeah, it has that same level of comedy and silliness from the first season of Peacemaker. Then you get it. You already get that type of comedy, that type of flair, that type of energy that's going to be in Peacemaker. And this is Peacemaker. I don't know who Michael Rooker is going to play. Some people say that's Apache Chief. I don't know. Looks very mystical though. They're adding some supernatural elements into this, which is very comic booky. You've got sci-fi, you've got supernatural elements, and they're not shy from adding those elements here and there, which is the beauty, I think, of having a comic book nerd be in charge of a comic book universe. But I think the main focus of this is to tell us the plot is that Rick Flag Sr. is in charge of Argus, and he knows that Chris killed his son, Rick Flag. But the one scene we gotta talk about is the final part, right? That's the one. That's the thing that everybody's going to be talking about, because this literally just explains maybe how James Gunn will introduce his Peacemaker into the new DCU. Because as you know, the season 1 ending had the DCEU Justice League. At least their silhouettes and you can kind of see them. But you do see the Flash and you do see Jason Momoa as Aquaman, right? So that's the biggest question we've been asking. How are you going to do it? How are we just supposed to like forget that happened? Or are you going to explain it to the general audience that this is what's going on? There's 2 Peacemakers. He walks into the pocket universe in his dad's closet where he gets his weapons and he gets to do all these things. Well, apparently those doors leads to other universes. And you can already tell that's a different Peacemaker. Look at his suit. The bird is facing the wrong way. The yellow and white is inverted. It's different. Now, people are going to say, is that evil Peacemaker? Or is that just the other Peacemaker? Is it DCU Peacemaker versus DCEU Peacemaker? What is interesting is that in this scene, in that pocket universe of doors that goes to other universes, I mean, what is this, Monsters, Inc.? I don't know. But it's like you see Adebayo with what looks like to be the evil or the second Peacemaker? Or did he kill the other Peacemaker, or he stole his suit and the other Peacemaker is coming for him? I don't know. but it does add a mystery. I'm really eager to find out what's going to happen, how they're going to explain it all, and maybe, just maybe, this is a way to have Rick Flag Sr. get his revenge on Peacemaker by killing one of the Peacemakers to satisfy his vengeance for killing Rick Flag. Something like that. I don't know. So this is just my theory. I'm just guessing. Is that the scene at the beginning of the trailer where he talks to the jail members, that's the ending we're seeing first. So in a way, somehow, he either takes over the DCU character or goes into the DCU universe by wearing a new suit or something, but changing to be a brighter suit to be the hero, not the villain anymore. Or be perceived as a villain. He wants to be a superhero. That is my guess, and I'm eager to find out more. So, Peacemaker Season 2 comes out after Superman the movie. I am ready for this new DCU to continue.